Well, you're listening to CKUA. My name is Grant Stovel. Edmonton's Northern Light Theatre has just kicked off the world premiere of a new work called Candy and the Beast, which is on now through April 20th. And here to tell us all about it is the artistic director for Northern Light Theatre, Trevor Schmidt, who's also helming this particular new work, which is billed as a multidisciplinary murder mystery thriller. Trevor, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited.
Thank you for having me, Grant.
This is a two-person production.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking there must be some challenges innate to putting on a murder mystery slasher story involving two people.
Oh, Grant, we've had some challenges on this one. Yeah, for sure. It's been complicated. It's had a process in its development. It started off as a one-woman show, and then it turned into a two-person show, and then it was a three-person show, and then it was a two-person show, and it's gone through many cycles of development in terms of what it actually was going to be in just the amount of people in it. And then there was sort of the idea that it was going to be a straightforward play, and then it was something slightly odder with more disjointed scene work and monologues. And then I started writing songs for one of the character that I was like, why am I doing this? And so then now there's some weird disjointed little fragmented moments where one of the characters stands at a microphone and sings songs that are somehow important to them and perhaps to the plot. It's a complicated, weird little piece. And I gotta say, when you're working on something like this, you often sort of become a little bit numb to it. You've worked on it for 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks by the time it opens, and you've worked on it for months in writing it beforehand. And I do remember turning like halfway through last week to the lead actor playing Candy, and I said, this is really weird. I used an expletive, but I said I forgot how messed up this show is, and like how people who aren't in it are gonna see it. And that often happens where you just start to go, oh, I'd forgotten that this is really unfamiliar territory for a lot of people that go to see theater.
It sounds incredibly cool, and I mean, could you introduce us to the main characters, Candy and the Beast?
Sure. There's it's all set in a small town called Blackfalls, which is surrounded by woods. It's got the white woods wrap around Blackfalls. You have to drive in from the highway to get to it, and it's all been established by a family called the Pine family that have been there for generations, the wealthy family in town. And Candy Reese is one of the title characters. She's a young girl in town who's a goth, and her brother Kenny has been nicknamed the Beast by his peers. He has a gonadotrope-independent precocious puberty, which means that he's gone through puberty early in life. So he's prepubescent, but he looks like an adult, and he's very tall and big. The gentleman that plays the part is 6'5".
Oh, wow.
So it's about the two of them as outsiders in town. There's a serial killer in town, and so they decide that if they can catch this killer and figure out who or what it is, that they will up their social status in this town. They're quite economically challenged and socially challenged. And they feel that this is a way to bring prominence to themselves and validation.
Right. Sounds like there's a lot going on here, like you're interrogating a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, and don't forget their songs.
And their songs. And of course, like you're really at the heart of this, like on top of being the artistic director for Northern Light, you're also the creator of this play, effectively, and the director.
Yeah, and I'm doing set and costumes as well.
So that's a lot to do, and especially this is the final production of the season, right?
I was
wrap up with this?
Well, yeah, I took a lot on for this project. I was expecting that there was a lot of prep time for it, and then, fortunately, knock on wood, Shadow Theatre programmed another play that I had written called Robot Girls. So I was working on Robot Girls right leading up to this. And in fact, the actress that's playing Candy opened Robot Girls on a weekend, and the next day started rehearsals with us. And but she also had matinees of Robot Girls, so we were losing her partway through every day to go off and do a matinee of that. So it's been a really complicated process. Our our sound designer has been ill, and
Dave Clark.
He's had some medical stuff that he had to deal with, so we were losing him every once in a while. And then 2 days before the show opened, we lost our male actor. So we've had the guy that's playing the part now came in with 2 days of prep. to memorize the whole show and 6 songs. So so it's been a real ordeal, this one, and I'm happy to say that it's gone really well in the long run.
And I'm so excited to come and check it out. I'm sure you are having a blast.
Well, I'm having a blast now that it's open. Yeah, I didn't have to go out on stage with 2 days of rehearsal time, and it's a very dark show in terms of the lighting and stuff. So it's a lot of really having to nail where you are and know which flashlight or light you use, and yeah. It's been it's a strange little piece, and I feel like that will either draw people in or people will go, yeah, not for me, thanks. But so far, the feedback has been outstanding, and we've had great reviews, and we're looking forward to the rest of the run.
Well, come see this strange little piece with songs. It's running all the way through April the 20th, the world premiere run of Candy and the Beast. Thanks to Trevor Schmidt and Northern Light Theatre. Check out all the details right now at northernlighttheatre.com. Trevor Schmidt, thank you so much for this.
Thank you.